I don't even know how much he has 1100 HP, no armor, just casually TPs away. And he gets to do that for free every single time. Unless the Razor's nearby does have a Yule Scepter, but... And Misery once again caught out here.
Good save by the Oracle. Moon. And that false promise is still good, though. It means Chaos may not be as willing to force this tier 2 down. We'll see.
Yeah, you've got the cheese now. Is Moon gonna look for it? He finds King RD first, who immediately disarms himself. Really trying to take out this Oracle. And if he finds the Oracle jump, they'll swarm in almost immediately. This would be the best situation for them, and that's why he just continues to play this hit and run game. And this is such a treat to watch. This is the full extent of what Puck can do when he's completely unhindered.
He is gonna think about going back for the link and says he knows that there's going to be some sort of disables coming in.
Somebody has to get a
Hex. Abyssa Blade, or in this case, it's going to be Scythe of Ice.
Yeah, that's exactly what Razor. He has to be thinking to himself, like, at some point they're gonna realize that I just keep doing this Dagon.
Yeah.
Like, somebody has to be thinking at least long term. As Moon gets the blink out, manages to nab the DD.
Meanwhile, top lane, Winter's Curse is going to be laying down, stopping the Oracle from being able to save anybody here. Tomo's almost going to manage to get the Yule Scepter off. King RT blown up by Moon, yes, but he managed to save the Razor at least for a little bit longer. RT, one Meepo solo, doesn't die. He's going to be able to TP back to base. The rest of the people is going to be okay there and staring up and controlling Chaos. Jumping over to Misery now, that's before Dead of Chaos.
And it all starts with this Puck, this constant misdirection game. He drags people down to this bottom lane. They're forced to respond to him at all times.
They knew they could fight top because of Moon's information. They say HFN's bottom.
I see it, guys, just jump. It doesn't matter. If we can't win a 3-on-5 fight at this point, we probably don't deserve to win this game. So he says, go in, I'll come in at the end. They find the perfect initiation. They were able to separate the Oracle long enough.
And that's where also I don't think we talked about the fact that he did pick up a Boots of Travel. That has also been integral to his success, right? Like, the magic damage burst is great, but he's also been able to have that constant skill-pushing influence while still being there for the team fight.
This has just been such a weird game to analyze, just based on the fact that, I mean, it's a Puck, a hero that, you know, hasn't really been in the meta for quite some time because of his inability to really just survive most of the time.
Well, we've got one more Disable, even if it's based on RNG. HFN does have the Skull Basher. Tavo, because of his death, well, that Scythe of Ice is going to have to wait a few more minutes.
And Chaos is also doing a very good job considering the fact that they have 0 disables. Like, the fact that this game is in this position at all really... I mean, both teams are really wringing everything they can out of their lineup and the limitations that they have.
I mean, Blitz, you always tell me, like, games are just easier when you have stuns. And, well, the fact that Chaos is doing so well without them
I gotta
says
commend
something.
them because this can't be the easiest game to play, and it's got to be really frustrating. Because you look at Moon, and you just can't stop him. It just continues to be the Puck show.
They all head down to the bottom lane, but for what? You can't push into the high ground.
He's just gonna continue.
Moon's already cut all the waves.
Yep, he's gonna do it again. He just doesn't care at all. He's gonna dig on that one.
We are sticking around like, oh, I'm gonna get you, Puck, but it's not happening. You know that's not gonna happen.
Some wily Cody. Now the top lane is getting dealt with, and this is where the game becomes a little bit more difficult for Chaos, as they have to just consistently go back. Look at Moon. He's just being...
Moon's like, I can cut 2 different waves. I can get mid and bottom.
He is genuinely just taunting them.
I mean, you're gonna have that level 25 too.
He didn't have to walk that way.
No, he didn't.
That was a show of force.
I want you to know, I'm by your tier 4s right now.
You can literally do nothing against me. And now a refresher on the side of Febby almost, who does have that GPM talent. He's really fun. He's got Boots of Travel, Blink Dagger, Aether Lens. This is almost a 6-slotted Winter Wyvern.
I don't think I've ever seen a refresher orb on Winter Wyvern. Maybe a refresher shard,
pretty
sure,
sick.
But
I think it's going to be pretty sick.
Yeah. I mean, he could be free to, like, so many times he's been forced to just throw it on the Oracle, even if no one's around, just to stop him from being able to use the False Promise in a critical moment. So having an extra...
HFN, though, has to be more careful. The fight did start with him being in that bottom. He didn't know that info. He has to kind of tell his team or vice versa, we can't fight if we're not together as 5, be careful. And what's making them really reluctant to just go for it is because they don't have the Aegis. If they had the Aegis, I'd imagine that Chaos would say, enough of these shenanigans, let's just go down lanes, let's just push them out. It has also forced them to go for the Boots of Travel, which I think is completely the right decision because somebody has to deal with the waves.
There it is. You can just look at Puck, see that gold climbing in the bottom right, the 420 gold per minute.
Just barely gets that TP off in front of that Lifestealer, who does have a basher, so now they have to be somewhat careful. If they get the instant bash, they will kill him really quickly.
Yeah.
He is okay armor, but only 1800 HP. Like one good bash on him, he will die. I think he's going to know about the Hex coming as well on the Razor. But as soon as you see the ultimate orb, that's the only thing that he could possibly be going for at this point.
Yeah.
This is going to prompt Moon, who, like you said, the GPM, he's already got the Lincolns queued up. He has it purchased. It'll be in his hands quite soon.
This game, I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. So that average GPM, I have no doubt that Moon's going to get boosted significantly off of this game. He continues to split push freely. We are going to have Febby, Glimmer Cape, and flies away over the trees away from HFN. Misery is still going to try and catch him here. The Sprout is going to be able to lock him down. Does blink away. He got away from the Radiance.
And this is just going to reset things again, and you have to be careful getting out here as Chaos. You don't really know where the ward vision is. If you split up too far, that's when everybody from MINESKI will start to TP back and they'll isolate somebody out. And look at this trap being built right now by top lane, KP. He's pretty sure they don't have ward vision here. He's got the Abyssal Blade. He's hoping that one hero TP's back with a regular TP to try to deal with this, maybe the Nature's Prophet. If he nabs that kill thinking, the Nature's Prophet thinking, oh, it's just a Chen and his creeps, I'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, Pilot has been very subtle about his push.
Yes.
Have you seen him? He's been popping out and divine favoring the range creep. And then he stole one of the siege creeps.
They're really hoping that Misery comes
all
back. That's really the game plan here, as Misery hasn't really fallen for it quite yet, and they're going to know that he's in that area instead.
Moon's heading off. Oh, hey. Just found a dust.
Look at this. He is so sure. He's actually just playing around with them. This is...
Yeah, there's no point for him to go.
You should applaud this.
I saw that, says King RT. He knows, and he also knows
Moon
that
is
they
putting
can't
on
do
a
a
show
damn
for you
thing
guys.
about it.
He's just waiting by the creep wave racks because he's so sure that no one's going to kill him.
He positions the orb to jump over to the mid lane, doesn't actually jump in time. Pilot I finally got found though. HFN puts a stop to at least one of these split pushing nonsense.
He don't care. Just like, dude, that guy's got a 4-star. He doesn't care.
Yeah. Pilot immediately buys back, knowing that Roshan is likely to be up, almost pulling the Weehawk, but he managed to get off the BKB now. Falls by himself. Tries to jump in. Great Winter's Curse mid-life break. That's going to be able to find the Meepo a lot of time to be able to jump away. It's going to be okay. KP laying some damage into Weehawk mode. No! Are they going to be able to kill him? Weehawk managed to get the force out up to the high ground. He life breaks back into KP, and they'll be able to get the Abyssal Blade, but no! The Cold Embrace keeps him alive a little bit longer. They're laying so much damage into him, and KP enrages. Aji comes in as well. They're sprouted together. Talbo's dealing some damage. Aegis tries to heal in one of these Meepos. On third health, almost dead, and finally the Meepo does fall. Talbo survives as well. Febby's going to be chased away. That's 3 dead from MINESKI, 2 of which do have buyback.
And the cavalry finally arrives. Tavo bringing HFN along, and they're just going to go for the high ground, and now the Abyssal Blade drop from HFN. He says, you can help me, I can do the same. He drops his Abyssal Blade right in front of the racks.
And this is what's so special about Southeast Asia versus South America. To jump in from Weehaw onto KP, chasing away that Ursa once again, so they can freely just finish off this lane of racks. But if Coil goes down, are they going to buy back? There's the Winter's Curse, and they are going to buy back now. The Meepo, they are all leaning on this one. The MINESKI, they're going to be able to take out the Huskar first. They've already controlled up the HFN. He looks like to be tied well. No, he actually managed to still get away. Oh, Moon, can he actually catch up to him? He's got so much mobility. He needs to be able to fight it, but no, he's already infested inside the creep.
There's the road.
The creep is making a way. The Scepter, stop that creep. KP bursts it down, and there it is. The pinata opens up, and the candy falls. 600 gold for Moon. Tavo dies. Aji goes back to claim that kill. King RT is going to be found as well. Moon on the hunt, will not stop with cores. He'll hunt down supports as well, but he's been juked away by the Glimmer.
Buybacks. They're going to the shrine. Weehawk knows what's up. He knows that they're in the Roshan pit. It's going to be a second too late. But it's Febby that he finds first. Weehaw has already committed. He's used his BKB. They've got to be careful in this fight. The Hex on the Febby instead.
Oh, he doesn't manage to fly down to the other side. They spotted Moon there for a moment. They're going to interfire him. Not sure what that smoke was for. They did know he was here. Fortunately, Moon is so far away. The Lincolns will protect him, and in this pickup as well.
But that was such a big commitment from Chaos. They wanted to try to grab more from that. They didn't know that the Roshan was going to fall that quickly. They only get a Winter Wyvern. That would not be worth it for them as Moon is on the hunt right now. He's trying to find King RD. They do have the gem available on this Nature's Prophet, though. So Moon's got to be a little bit careful.
He finds the initiation blowing up. No, the Glimmer Cape, the save. King RD is going to be fine. Keeping him alive is critical, as we've seen. When that Oracle is gone, they can focus down Weehaw and HFN a lot easier. They're going to be able to take that one shrine, yes. While these 30 seconds, they don't have the Winter Wild Chaos control the map, but after that, they're going to have to be dealing with an Aegis on the Meepo.
And they're learning from the guerrilla tactics. They know that the puck is always going to try to find one or two supports, so it's so important for Chaos to stay on their two supports. Similar to the game where we saw NIP play against Alliance, where they kept trying to go on Saksa, you have to commit one of these cores to protecting this Oracle. I'd imagine that it'd be Tavo in this case, just because he does have the Hex.
And now,
he's got multiple ways to kill Moon.
To hunt Moon.
This is a good bait. Oh. Maybe if he just waited half a second, Moon would have gone for that creep wave. And instead, he's going to pop out now. He understands that the Lifestealer is quite far away. He's going to continue his hit-and-run tactics. TP back to base.
We'll quickly push out that top lane. Somebody grab that cheese. I've been wondering where the cheese was. It's been in the fountain this entire time.
The problem is, there's not a really... I guess one of your supports could grab it. The Ursa has the Refresher. He'd prefer that because of the double Enrage, the double Abyssal, and the double BKB.
And surely he can carry both, though, right?
I'd imagine so, too. Pretty sure you put it on the courier and you just give it to him. He's probably the best carrier of it. I can't imagine it's Pi with his 1000 HP.
No. And we're getting, oh, that's... getting some Tinker wards now. Side little cliff areas. E-Blade.
And you see Moon, by the way. He's not doing, he's not going back to Rax anymore trying to cut the creep wave. I think he knows now that they have some ways to deal with them.
Moon opting for more direct damage.
Radiant's bottom
now he can E-Blade Dagon that Oracle.
I mean, this is quite the game. Is 10k up on the side of MINESKI, but Chaos have proven that they can win team fights as a group.
I like that. Did you see that pickup Shadow Blade for Tavo? He's like, got the direct disable against this puck.
He knows that the puck can't afford to carry gem on him at all times. He does have a dust, but none of his item slots are really replaceable at this point. This is the downside of having so much net worth. Tavo, he's hunt now. He's got multiple. He does need HFN, I think, inside him just for the pure raw damage. But just him by himself, I think, isn't quite enough.
No.
But if you wait in that bottom lane long enough, I feel like you'll find the opportunity. Like, what I'd like HFN right now to do is push out this top lane, connect to Tavo. This bottom lane is already pushed to here. By the time it gets to around here, you can set that trap and wait.
But they just pulled up. Bebby's here. It's going to show that he's here at least with a Splinter Blast, but they may not know about KP.
I'd really like that trap to be set by Tavo at bottom. You have that Shadow Blade. They don't quite know about
coming in. They're all going to try and bail out. He didn't get one of his Meepos out. They're going to try and save it. KP's going to come back in, immediately got inside the Vice. The Meepos all come in. The Witcher's Curse is already laid out onto Tavo as well. They're going to slow him down. Febby has already popped the Refresher Orb. They may not expect this. This extra Curse may be able to save this fight. They've already got the coil, making sure that Weehaw can't chase these heroes down. Unfortunately, KP is just being kited around. He's going to be able to get the Refresher strike back in. Oracle gets blown up, and now maybe they can turn onto this this Huskar potentially. KP has used his second BKB, his second Enrage, and finally it does wear out. They're going to be able to get the side device, and MINESKI leave him to die. With the buyback out from King RD, MINESKI no longer feel comfortable taking that fight, but he does not have buyback, and he is dead for 2 minutes.
And the weird part is they had Aegis in that engagement. You're just not feeling the impact of this Meepo whatsoever.
No.
He just doesn't feel comfortable fighting at any point. That was probably the best possible fight they're going to get. They kill King RD off the bat. 3 heroes are chasing that Ursa, and it's just really the Huskar and this Lifestealer that's front-facing. And he still doesn't feel comfortable fighting. And now the Aegis fades out. Does have the buyback available. Gonna have to do it without one of their core heroes on the side of Ursa. It's actually 2 minutes still for this Meepo to have buyback. They know about this timing, and I think Chaos trying to play for the win here.
8 more seconds until the winner's curse.
They know there's no buyback on the Meepo. If the Ursa had it, he would have used it at this point.
Back line, Misery's dead.
And this is one way to get it done.
It's now a 4 versus 4. Misery does have buyback all the way in. With the BKB, immediately goes for Febby. There's no way the Orc could possibly get to him. What was he expecting out of that one? I don't know, but they pop Moon. Finally, the Roadrunner dies in the first time in Acme history.
It took something like 44 minutes, but they finally bring him down. But he's done his job. He forced the buyback.
Yeah.
The entire team chased him. And I don't think Weehaw had any idea what was going on.
What was that?
I think what ended up happening was he didn't realize the chaos that, no pun intended, that the puck was causing in the back line. Because somebody, like I said, was trying to protect the back line, which was Tavo. And so there was no follow-up whatsoever. Moon's job is to try to separate one of the cores at least, so that his team gets a favorable fight. Hopefully he finds one that supports in the back line. You force them into an awkward position. That's exactly what he does.
He knows Misery is here.
And he's going to bring somebody in.
Vision. He's going to be able to pull.
There's no buyback on Misery. This would be a very nice pickup for them.
He's going to steal, grab him, ensnare, Misery. That's a dieback.
And now it's a 4-on-5 for 91 seconds. Huskar doesn't have buyback for a minute himself.
We're going to rewatch this one.
Look at this.
What the hell we
They go to protect.
He life break. He just ran and jumped on Febby at the same time that Moon jumped in on his team. I'm not sure if that's really the target you wanted to go on anyway, but certainly unfortunate timing as well. And he does that right as Moon makes his initiation. Straight up pipe for our Nature's Prophet. We've got an Orchid now for the Meepo.
And the Meepo, you see that he continues to want to just play that pickoff game. He doesn't really feel comfortable in these 5-on-5s, nor should he really. I can't really blame him for that top engage. It just goes to show you the limitations of the hero.
Tavo catches the Chen. Highlight I was trying to do cheeky things once again, but he managed to get the side on to Tavo. He's going to be saved immediately by King RD. They're trying to lay some damage in. No, never mind. They're going to back up. They actually just go for the winner's curse. Run away. KP's going to use his time with his to try and get out. With the coil on all of these heroes on the side of Chaos, they're not going to be able to pursue. They lose the Razor, and they're going to have to back themselves away. MINESKI, it's funny how there's 2 heroes dead, and they're still walking away from that engagement.
Yeah, they understand hit and run, just continue to do these guerrilla tactics, pick people off. Their pickoff potential is really good. And it's 100 seconds on the deck for this Razor. The buyback cooldown is up, but he just doesn't have the gold. I'm not sure if MINESKI's aware. They're probably aware of the timer, but they have no way of knowing that he doesn't have the gold, so they probably just grab this tier 2 tower, maybe wait for the next Roshan, then start to make aggressive plays again.
Getting close to some important pickups as well. I mean, it would be sick if we could see a level 25 for Febby. Most of the time, I've always seen the Splinter Blast 2-second stun, but seeing how critical the Winter's Curse is in this game, an extra 1.5 seconds going it up to 7-second duration. And he could have 2 of those in a fight. That would be insane.
At the same time, when the enemy team has no stun, your stuns look a lot better. Just by virtue of having them. In a way, you're flaunting your privilege of having a stun.
Roshan's up. Roshan's up and both teams will know about it. We've got the Chen creeps as well as the Furion Treants.
Yeah, and MINESKI seem a little bit hesitant, but they should just walk in. And once the buyback doesn't come on the Razor, they should know that this is a 4-on-5, and this should trigger Chaos into just being a little bit more cautious. Don't fight this area. It's a 4-on-5. Your main disable, the guy who's built all these items to catch, isn't alive. You've got to be careful here.
It's smoked up. HFN is going to lead the way into this Roshan pit. He's going to peek in, see what the hell the Roshan is. She's actually quite low, but there's going to be the Winter's Curse to make sure the Meepo can't get out. The initiation, KP is going to jump with the back line. Weehaw, he was actually jumping on him at all, but Roshan still going on HFN, popping his BKB. They interfire to blast away some of these people. They're trying together to focus one of them. There is going to be the Cold Embrace to try and save them. They turn it to a different one. They're all and finally, one of them will.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Now the map is completely open up. Ajit doesn't have a buyback. He's got to be careful about this, but the rest of the team, they know they're a bit isolated. They're finding somebody.
Blade ready to go. King RT's already been caught up, and now that's a dieback. Moon, he's going to be able to jump forward. Amo potentially as well. Tomo's got to get out of here. He does have a cheese. He's going to have the pump in now as Yule Scepter as well. MINESKI keep on throwing in damage on Tomo, poking at him, hoping to be able to eliminate him without fully committing. Moon jumps that back line once again, has another round of the Dagon. He's going to jump forward.
He's got to be careful about this.
Away.
There's a Hex in 2 seconds from Tomo.
1 second now. Has the patience. He's going to be okay. The bash comes in on a Tomo and the Dagon to finish him off. No more Casanos on left to be able to catch Moon. The back line. Oh, Weavon jumping in. I'm going to try and kill the Meepo as quick as possible. The E-Blade's going to be able to save one of those people. But now the other one is going to get bashed up. It is trees as goes. Refresher activating. And they found Magic Immune. 2 minutes down on the Meepo. They've got to get out of here. Winter's Curse is going to be laid down on the HFN. But Tomo, side of ice. Moon pulls every bit of magic damage he has. And it's enough. Tomo falls. Moon trying to keep the game alive as best he can. Grabbing the gem, blinking away, teasing out. Misery spots him, but he has no damage.
The hit and run tactics. He stayed in that entire fight with about 500 HP. He makes it work. They force the buyback on Tomo. They take him down twice. If they hold Tomo in that engagement, they probably just march down mid and win the game. And this is the only way that MINESKI can really win fights, is to make them as chaotic as possible. Pick off whoever they can.
This man has 12,000 gold, by the way. Start passing out the moon shards, baby. Moon, you got more than you could possibly spend.
So well done by him. I mean, he has created quite the entertaining game.
He has been keeping MINESKI alive. Bebby sure enough does go for the Splitter Blast stun, so now it's not just the Winter's Curse.
I feel like King RD and Moon right now are the MVPs. King RD's, it's a weird game of cat and mouse, because King RD hates Moon right now. King RD's only objective is to survive in this world. He has built 3 defensive items. He has a range item as well, so that he can cast his spells from max distance. All he wants in this life is to stay alive.
William, I got something for you.
Yes.
Look at King, right?
Yes.
So close to level 25. The talent is minus 5 seconds Fate's Edict cooldown. It puts it down to a 2-second cooldown.
That'd be quite nice.
You could just literally walk around and casting it on yourself non-stop. It'd just be magic immune.
That's probably the play.
Yeah. I mean, what does Moon do about that at that point in time?
Keep Moon off you. This is the key right now in Chaos. They've got to be a little bit more careful. They just have to protect King RD.
Yeah.
The fights are so clear-cut to me at this point. If King RD lives, it's a really easy fight for Chaos. It's so hard for them to bring down any of the cores. When he dies, they start to play this pick-and-roll game. They isolate one core out. When Lifestealer goes to the Meepo, the Puck is finding one of the other cores, and suddenly it turns into this weird 2-on-4 situation where HFN, yes, he's unkillable, but at the same time, he's alone in these engagements because he's the only one that can't really die. But if you find a situation where you can kill the rest of the teammates, you will find a way to bring this beast down.
HFN just fearlessly pushing in waves everywhere he goes.
HFN is playing this game very well as well. Like, he is pushing his hero to the max. He's trying to be as aggressive as possible. He's trying to force attention. They're just sort of ignoring him.
I saw one fight where I'm pretty sure he raged, BKB raged,
they're just like,
refresher sharded.
They just don't really care about his presence in this game.
Yeah.
They have multiple ways to deal with him. The Cold Embrace has made his life just absolute hell. Similarly how they have to kill King RD, they really need to get rid of Febby in these fights. The Cold Embrace, the Devil's Winners is just swing a little bit too much.
I don't think we've seen the effect of the Splinter Blast.
Yeah.
But that's also going to be a problem.
Also, Febby he's so rich that he sold the cheese because he doesn't think anybody on his team needs it. Or maybe he just didn't mention it. Just to
just quietly, he was like...
He just quietly, he's like, guys, I've got Dr. And they're like, that's weird.
What happened to that cheese? Oh, you know, that razor, man. He almost got me one time.
Almost. Like,
Octarine now for the Winter Wyvern.
I mean, poor Pile I Die probably could have used it at this point. He's got a sentry and a gem. That's how you know that he's poor. tree and a gem.
And when you're actively holding onto a smoke, it's not even sitting onto your backpack. You're just kind of like filling the slot.
Dude, I'm 6 slotted. What do you?
Quick pie, put that 6 slot. Put up.
And they want to get aggressive right now. It's MINESKI. They know that Tavo still doesn't have buyback. I mean, the only people with buyback available are the 2 behemoths, the Puck and the Life Dealer. So if you can find any of these engagements, maybe isolate King RD, you would just win this game.
And that's what going all the way around, assuming that's where they're going to find their pesky support.
Look right now. See the TP. Just rush in. Just try to find an engagement. You see the TP of AH. This could have just been a mistake.
They're going to be able to find something here, surely. Bebby, they have the TP back in from Moon. He's looking for that initiation. Somebody already have the side. Weeha's going to be jumped on immediately. They start putting some damage onto him, but they don't fully commit. Even though they knew HFN wasn't in that fight, they still didn't go for it.
They know he has the Travels 2. HFN messed up there. He didn't have the Travels 2 in his inventory, and they weren't aware of that.
Okay.
So they thought he was just hop in
his inventory.
Yes.
Okay.
But that was such a risky move. If he gets punished like that and they lose game because of that situation,
because of that 5-second downtime of trying to switch items, oof. He's gonna have even more items. Trying to pick up a Bloodthorn now.
And these racks, the 7K lead, it means absolutely nothing. It just comes down to this one engagement at this point.
I'm a little disappointed Blitz did go for the extra 2 seconds of false promise duration. Now goes up to 12 seconds.
That is a really long time though to keep your Huskar or your Life Stealer or your Razor alive.
Yeah.
They're just poking right now.
Yeah, I'm not really even anticipating a fight, because you know this is just the way the MINESKI kind of have to play it. They're just poking at some of these heroes, seeing if they can get any kind of reaction, even just him using BKB would be great.
And you got to give it up to both these teams. They are playing such wildly entertaining Dota. There's just such clear flaws with their lineups, and they're sort of just maximizing around that fact.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like both teams are genuinely just playing well. Pain is somehow working around the fact that they've got 0 catch and 0 stuns. They itemize it. Tavo played for the long game, going for this Yule's Shadowblade Hex sort of build. He sort of adapted his build. Moon has taken full advantage of the fact that they don't have any disables. He's pushing this Puck to the limits. And the rest of the heroes, I mean, this supporting cast from both sides has been excellent. We haven't talked about that nearly enough, but it's just because, I mean, those are the playmakers on either side.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that they're having subpar performances by any means. I mean, the positioning in this game is wild alone. Every fight has to be played perfectly from both sides.
HFN is very far forward here, and oh no! He just tried to TP without using Rage. He's gonna walk out of the coil, yes, but the rest of the team is already smoked over. HFN is gonna be caught by KP, gets the Invisible hit, needs more bashes. HFN turns around, delivers a bash of his own. Is gonna be saved by the ball. Promise out from Chaos. Look at that, the E-Flag going down as well. The Winter's Curse in the back line on Tavo is gonna be able to stall a lot of this, but MINESKI just can't seem to commit, and that's where Weehaw comes in. Weehaw with a line break. KP turns onto him as best he can. Another Winter's Curse laid out on Tavo again. They should get the E-Blade on the KP. There's so much silence. Can they get up? He's dead. There's HFN. He's gone. Highlight died. Still being chased by Tavo. Who's out there inside up. They need to be able to catch Tavo. He managed to get the ensnare. He's going to be able to go down. Weehaw is also fighting up against KP, who managed to get the pass with the magic damage. The Golden Brace couldn't save him. Weehaw is super low. KP's trying to kill him as best as possible, but Weehaw, he's so damn tanky. The Satanic, the regen, he's staying alive and is delivering damage onto MINESKI.
And Moon finally runs out of mana. 3,100 pull, he runs out of mana. They have to reset here as Pi gonna get caught out too. Instant buyback from all sides. The only person that doesn't have it is this Winter Wyvern. Go get the bounty runes, get him in this game.
Is it just purely off of gold?
They can do it, I think, if they get the
300 gold, that's all he needs.
Moon picks up one, Bebby's
go get the other one, he's got it.
119 gold, he's so close to it, he's gonna buy back now too.
Chaos are not determined to force things into the base yet because they know there's another round of Roshan to do.
And this is going to determine the game, I think, with no buybacks available, but Febby reluctant to use his buyback all the same. And the Life Stealer illusion being left behind, that's going to spot everything for them as now the Aegis is free.
There's just no MINESKI can get in here in time. It's cheese.
Oh, they found
pressure shard. Moon! No, he can't die here! He's got a buyback! Bebby KB does too, but that just means that is one less life Chaos have to end.
And the real buybacks are all on the side of Chaos at this point. They've got 3 on their side. Bebby, you have to imagine, with 40 seconds left, is probably going to have to use his.
They just left the cheese there. They don't even need it.
This is how ridiculous this game's gotten. Nobody cares about that cheese. It's been used as fodder to buy items at this point. And now they're going to make this march into the high ground. Bebby uses the buyback to get
one wish on HFN. No false promise just yet from King RT. He's been very patient throughout this game, never really jumping the gun.
And Moon, he's been so aggressive this entire game, but he knows that he is killable. They've tested his mortality. He doesn't fly back. He has to be so careful. He has to try to find the back line, though. And this is why you see Tavo shadow bladed up, protecting his 2 supports.
Bebby's looking for the initiation, scythe onto HFN as his rage falls out, but still, just always with that Oracle in the back line.
And look at Misery. He TP's back, buys a bunch of sentries just in case he dies. He knows that he's liable for it. He knows they need vision for these Glimmer Capes.
They're going to be able to find that ward. Leave the illusions behind. There goes the coil, but again, Chaos don't need to do anything here.
They're just letting HFN go high ground.
Snapping in the coil. Scythe of Ice laid onto him as well. But the Miko not going to try and jump in. An Abyssal Blade now being used by KP. Anything to be able to keep his melee barracks alive. Also, just trying to keep the stacks of Fury swipes on that Lifestealer.
He's got to go back, though. He's almost run out of mana right now. But instead, he's going to get mangoed, I think, by Febby, who does have a smoke in his inventory instead. HFN just coming right back. Was grabbing wood.
Bots 2 back in. Ready to fight again, and if he can't kill KP, okay, Ajit is going to go for the back line, trying to catch Weehaw. Ethereal Blade now to meet KP, and immediately the line break onto Ajit. Is going to be able to push away. There's nice that Winter's Curse. Is going to be able to stall things, reset. Weehaw keeps on moving forward. Is going to be first stabbed and thrown to the coil. Meanwhile, KP finding HFN actually managed to break him. That's going to be the first life, though. Another Winter's Curse, this time on King RT, but the damage just isn't there, and he has the Aeon Disc as well. Life Ray is going to be able to push away some of these heroes. Weehaw is at half health right now, but still always had the saving grip of the Oracle, and it's looking like it's going to be Megas. KP on the side, Moon is actually found. Tavo going to be saved just in time, and now Moon going to be bashed up with Moon. Cold Embrace will keep Moon alive. KP hoping to be able to grab somebody here, but maybe turned around on as the scythe comes out. Moon dropping an orb out, will not jump into Chaos. Looks like they're going to allow Chaos to retreat, despite the fact that they had grabbed Megas. MINESKI will now have to just sit in their base and hold against Mega Creeps.
I mean, 70-minute Mega Creeps seem a lot less daunting at this phase of the game because they know that they're always on that teeter-totter edge of just winning one team fight and being able to run things down. And that's why Chaos, too, is playing a little bit more careful. They understand if they get completely wiped off of that, they had already lost the Aegis. They can just lose the game. There's no buyback yet on their Lifestealer for another 3 minutes. Tavo doesn't quite have the gold for it, so they're playing a little bit careful. I mean, they've worked so hard for this game. They really don't want to throw it at this point.
So many extra items that Chaos can still grab. I see in their inventories, Boots of Travel, Weehaw thinking about just in case he needs to buy back and rejoin his team immediately for some sort of final throne push. They may even wait for some of these extra items because they're